Am I the asshole for remodeling my stepkids' rooms after their mom passed away, since they weren't going to be living with me anyways? I have never been a legal guardian of my stepchildren. They have a father and had a mom. I was just their mom's husband. I never had a problem with this. Their biological father is a bit flaky, but his parents and him always made sure his child support was up to date and that all of his custody time was spent with his family. The kids were always polite to me, and I tried my best to be an adult they could come to with their problems. My wife died last year. It was an illness that came out of nowhere, and she was gone before we knew it. We had 2 young children of our own, and now I was a single dad. My in-laws stepped up to help me with our children and hers. They established grandparents' rights and got visitation. Their dad got full custody. My 2 stepkids moved in with their paternal grandparents since their dad lives in a bachelor loft. My house has 6 bedrooms since we finished the basement, so I could move my office down there. So the breakdown used to be us in the master suite. Our kids in one room, and the stepkids each had a room. Then I had an office in the basement and a playroom that we converted to a guest room when needed. Once the stepkids moved out, I started thinking about the future. I left everything alone for 3 months. I didn't want to rush into anything, and I wanted them to be able to come home if they needed. They never did. I called their dad and asked him to please pick up all their stuff so I could clean up and paint the rooms. That whole side of the family went nuts. They accused me of trying to get rid of them and erase them from their home. I do not have any sort of legal rights over those kids. God forbid they get hurt or something. I cannot legally make any decisions for them. All I want is to have a room for each of my kids on the same floor as me and move my office back upstairs. I offered to turn both basement rooms into guest rooms they could stay in if they wanted to stay over when they were visiting their half-siblings. That wasn't accepted. I need to leave their rooms alone. I boxed up their stuff and put it in boxes downstairs. I painted the rooms, and each of my kids got their own room upstairs. Their dad still hasn't picked up their stuff, but has called me names for the things I did. I don't even know how he knows, since the stepkids have not been here since the funeral. Am I the asshole for prioritizing my children over my stepkids and remodeling my home to exclude them? Am I the asshole for leaving my girlfriend in the restroom because she was taking a long bathroom break during a movie I was really excited for? Whenever my girlfriend and I see a movie together, she likes to take bathroom breaks at the same time. Not an issue. The problem is that she takes a really long time using the bathroom and then wants me to wait outside the ladies' room while she finishes so we can return to the theater together. This does bother me because it makes me miss a lot of the movie. This is something we've talked about before. I've gently asked her to maybe go a little faster in the bathroom if she wants to go together. She says she will try, but she still always takes a while. I would understand if she had some kind of physical or medical issue that causes long bathroom breaks, but she's busy doing things like fixing her hair and makeup, putting on lotion, checking for food in her teeth, spraying perfume, stuff like that. Anyway, last night we went to see Project Hail Mary. I've been a fan of the book for a while, so I was really excited to see the movie. On the way there, I'm telling her how excited I am for the movie, and I ask her to please be as quick as possible in the bathroom if she wants to go together. Maybe just pee and limit the primping. She agrees and says she'll be fast. About an hour in, she says she's ready for a bathroom break. I don't want to miss the movie, but I do have to pee, so I'm like, okay, let's go. So we go and I finish up quickly and wait for her outside the ladies' room. But she is taking a long time for a quick potty break. I yell in and ask if she's okay. She says yes. So I tell her I'm going back to the theater, and I leave without her. She comes back and sits next to me, and I can tell she's not happy. After the movie, she's really annoyed with me and tells me what I did was rude. I don't think it was. I asked her to be quick before the movie. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my husband not to hire my brother-in-law anymore? Throw away because I have friends on my main, and this situation isn't common knowledge outside the family. So my sister Sarah is married to Brad. 6 months ago, it came to light that Brad had been cheating on Sarah for the past 18 months. Sarah left him and came to stay with me. After 3 weeks of groveling and love bombing, during which he included his child, she went back to him. Needless to say, our family was disappointed, but Sarah is an adult, and that's her choice. But since then, my family and I are completely done with Brad, and that includes professionally. My husband does property development as part of his job, and he was being Brad on practically every project because he was family. It was Brad's main source of income. But since the affair, my husband and I agreed that he wouldn't work with Brad anymore. Brad, and by extension Sarah and the kids, have felt this big change in income. It's not like Brad is the best at his job or anything. He's very average, and my husband would have liked to hire more specialized people. But again, Brad was family, and if he had to get a couple of extra guys to do the specialized work, he factored that in. But Sarah is upset that we're not hiring Brad anymore. She says I'm being punitive. I say I'm rescinding a privilege based on the fact that he turned out to be a bad person. I think this goes back to the fact that Sarah and Brad can't accept that everyone's opinion of Brad has changed based on his behavior. Sarah often implies that they're both mad our parents don't want to be around him, and it's created issues with his ex. This thing with work is just what she feels she can control. On the other hand, We are basing a professional decision on personal context, so does that make us the assholes? It turns out I should have been worried about the friend of my fiancé that everyone told me not to worry about. This is hard for me to write. The man that I thought was the love of my life has decided to be someone else instead. They grew up together. Their families are close. When I first met him, I was wary because of how close they are, but he, along with everyone else who knows them, assured me there is nothing between them. They are like brother and sister. And I was stupid enough to believe it. Last week I was assaulted at my job. One of my eyes is swollen shut, and it hurts like hell. I'm a nurse, and I was assaulted by a patient that I had administered naloxone to. I'm at home resting, and my fiancé was with me until he found out that his close friend was in a small car accident. A van backed into her car in a car park. She wasn't even inside, but my fiancé lost it when he found out. He left our flat to be with her, even though she was with her boyfriend. She wasn't hurt, but my fiancé said he thought she was, and it made him realize that he loves her and can't lose her. He told me he confessed his love to her, and she said she feels the same, and it broke something inside me. I don't even know why I'm writing this. It won't bring him back. I hate my wife so much, and I cannot take it anymore. My wife is developing worse and worse contamination OCD. She is to the point now where she has to watch anything being cooked and is convinced that everywhere and everything is not safe. I always thought I could stick around through any sort of illness or problem, but the hateful, angry way she is attacking the world and the absolute refusal to see the problem or get help is breaking me. She treats me and everyone else like we are disgusting and going to harm her, and that everything is unclean and contaminated. I just need to say this out loud. I hate her for this. I hate her for letting this impact our lives so much. I hate seeing someone so weak, and at the same time so convinced they are the only one doing things right. I feel sick to my stomach when I look at her stupid routines she's making, when she covers everything with sanitizer, when she throws away new food because the server at the restaurant spoke a word near it without a mask on. She is pathetic to me, and I've lost all respect. I hate my wife. I am so sick of my sister, who role-plays as an anime character. I, 17M, have a sister, 15F, who is obsessed with anime to an incredibly disturbing degree. Her favorite character is someone named Shuichi Sahara, who she claims she is in a relationship with and has posters and figures of all over her room. She role-plays as another character named Kokichi Oma. I had to Google the names of these characters because I can never remember these off the top of my head. And wears some shitty costume 24/7. It has stains on it, by the way. I'm so sick of her. Her role-playing is cringe, and she goes into meltdowns and screams if I forget to call her by Kokichi instead of her actual name, which causes me to get in trouble with my parents. And don't get me started with how much she stinks. She doesn't fucking shower, at all. According to her, Monokuma, whoever that is, won't allow it. This is not an anime. This is real life. Take a fucking shower. She also looks borderline emaciated on the rare occasion I see her. She barely leaves her room nowadays, and the last time I saw her room, it looked like a fucking dumpster. My last straw was when she asked me in front of my friends to play some kind of knife game with her. Is she out of her mind? I said no, obviously. This pissed her off and caused her to grab one of my dad's beer bottles from the trash and throw it in my vicinity. Since this has happened, all of my friends refuse to have me over or even talk to me because they're afraid of my sister. Her bullshit is ruining my life. I am sick of her. My coworker ate my sewage burp by accident. I'm too embarrassed to admit my issue. I'm currently finishing my break, so this will be a rushed story, but I need to get this off my chest. So I take meds that slow my gut mobility down, and an unfortunate side effect of this is rotten egg/raw sewage smelling burps from fermenting food in my gut. These burps are pretty much uncontrollable too. They'll just fly out as I'm talking. It's horrible. I do things to reduce it by avoiding foods that are high in sulfur, etc. I don't really drink carbonated drinks either. Well, on my first shift this week, I hadn't had much sleep, and I work nights. Towards the end of shift, I was almost falling asleep standing up, so I downed a large Red Bull. Weirdly, I haven't had egg burps all day, but this triggered it badly. I'm obviously embarrassed. Like sometimes after I burp, I have to walk away, or I will physically gag from the smell, and I'm mindful of others. Plus, I don't want to be known as the girl with sewage breath or something. Anyways, my coworker was dropping me home, and when I got in the car, I tried everything to keep the burps down. My chest was hurting so bad that he made a joke. Got a frog in your throat? From the noise, I said I downed a Red Bull and have some gas stuck in my chest, that's all. The burps started coming, and I couldn't stop them. It was a cold morning. We finish at 5 a.m., so I made an excuse of putting my jumper over my mouth to warm up. They were just coming out. Then on the way home, he's like, "Wow, is that sewage or something? Stinks outside?" I couldn't stop laughing and blamed it on something he'd earlier said. The thing is, I kept laughing until I had literal tears, and he was getting a bit annoyed, saying, "What I said really isn't that funny, is it?" He then said, "That sewage smell again," and literally moved his mouth as if he was tasting something and said, "You know when something smells so bad you can literally taste it?" My chest was about to explode from laughter and gas. Then we were at my destination. I haven't stopped thinking about it since it happened. Edit. Just wanted to save the ones taking the time to write advice. I'm not on any weight loss medication. I, 32M, got asked out on a date by 21F. I, 32M, am in college right now, working on my math degree. I'm in my last year, writing my bachelor's thesis. I've been tutoring this girl, 21F, for about a year. She's a psychology major and has some statistics classes. I was in the library sitting next to her, and I could see her getting visibly frustrated. It was stuff I had already done in my first year. I was looking over since she almost started crying. I politely asked her if she needed help, and that spiraled into me helping her consistently. Outside of school, I train judo every day and lift weights. I go to my campus gym, and after a while, she started going as well and asked if we could go together. I didn't mind, so we ended up seeing each other a lot. I didn't think she was really interested. There were some signs she grabbed my head and kissed my cheek when I helped her pass her test, or she would hold my hand when I talked. But this is France, and she is French, so honestly, everything can mean anything. People sometimes get touchy platonically for no reason. Also, my life has been kind of a mess, so I've never really dated. I just brushed it off, thinking it was nothing. Anyhow, I saw her 2 days ago. I told her I'm almost finished with my degree, she is as well. She asked me what my next step was. I just said, probably buy a house, find someone, and have kids. She got really frustrated and asked why I hadn't asked her out yet. I genuinely thought she was not interested. In hindsight, it was very obvious. I've been thinking it over, and I do like her a lot, and she is great. But I'm wondering if there's anything wrong with it because of the age difference. I tried dating women my age recently, but I live in my brother's house with his wife and kids, in his basement. No joke, I'm literally the basement dweller guy in his 30s. I don't have a career yet, and I'm still a college student. Nobody was really interested after finding that out. So, are there any opinions and thoughts on my situation? For the record, people seem to think I'm her teacher when I said tutor, or that I'm in a position of authority, but I'm just a fellow student explaining things to her. I'm just more advanced in math since it's my major. There's no inappropriate teacher-student relationship here, for the record.